Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is very exciting and it's been sort of a requested video now, and it's actually two unboxing of my last two recent purchase from Louis Vuitton website. Both again very hard to get items, and I haven't had a chance to unbox yet because the delivery has been delayed, but I'll show you guys of those first, and then I will tell you guys my stocking tips and tricks of how I've actually ended up with all these hard to get items. So as you can see, I've already laid out these three which I've recently purchased. I am a huge monogram person, so that's why all my recent purchases are in the monogram. I'll actually start with this small one because it is actual real unboxing, and I'm very excited because obviously because it's a real unboxing and I haven't seen it yet, so I'm gonna see it with you guys. So I have some sanitizer here. I just don't want, you know, everything to touch everything, but as you can see, I haven't even opened the box yet. So this is a true unboxing, very exciting. Maybe this one I won't list the title below so you guys won't know exactly what they are, but I think I'll show you guys right now. So as you can see, from Louis Vuitton, it's there. It's a small box. So the usual. So you have your, there's nothing else in the box. You have your usual receipt envelope. Another thing I've noticed is they've completely abandoned like all the instructions, all the additional papers. I think all this is to limit the contacts and everything. So now it's just a receipt in the box. And look, it's the cute Louis Vuitton box. Obviously it's a G. I love how they design it like a little drawer, so it just opens up. And that's the thing, the little thing I got in the dust bag. Dust bag looks okay. Oh my gosh, oh my goodness. Look at this beauty. Oh, I love real unboxings because it's like so real and like real reaction. Oh my goodness. Okay, now I'm super excited to find out where this one is made, because you know everyone's been talking about like the difference that if you have like a France made versus USA made. So it comes obviously with a little chain, such a cute pretty chain. That is so cute. I mean, obviously I'll do my video about what fits in here, how I plan to use it and everything. I heard it just like pulls up. I haven't even figured out how the collapsing works, but the hardware is very shiny and pretty, which I love. Yep, no issues there. Let's see where it's made. The moment of truth. Yep, it's made in France. Woohoo! That's great. Comes with, again, these tags. This one, again, is probably one of the hardest item to get. It looks in like perfect condition. I have no issue or any concern with this one. It's very beautifully made. I am so happy with it. Again, it's just a monogram key pouch. It is still somewhat hard to get, but lately they have been popping up quite more often on the website. So, okay, I'll leave this one out as well. I'll lay it right here. I'm not sure if you guys can see it. But, okay. And then I do have another item to show you. So, like I said, it's a pretty exciting video. I have a lot of content packed in this one just because I feel like I've been delaying the stocking trips video for quite some time now. So, I kind of just want to get it done. And I said I will get it done when everything has arrived. So this piece arrived like a couple days ago. So I know my key pouch is coming soon. So I just like waited to unbox them together. Obviously I've already opened this one. This one actually came in this giant box right here. And it is the Toiletry Pouch in the 26. So this is the bigger version of the Toiletry Pouch series that they have. They have the 15, the 26, and the 19. I don't personally think the 26 is too big. I mean, obviously you could use it as a toiletry pouch, or you can just use it as a clutch. That's what I intend to do. Or they have those organizers where you can attach a chain to it, which is also a really good option. I will do another review of that later. And that's the inside. So I'm very excited to say all my pieces were made in France, which is quite exciting. And I have to say most of them are in pretty good, they're pretty well made. There were some issue with the Nano, but overall I think all the items are actually quite well made. Okay, so I'll leave everything here, and now I will talk to you guys about how I've acquired all these monogram pieces that are so hard to find. I would, if I have to rank it, I think Nano Speedy would probably still be on like #1 on the list. And I have to say I've actually was able to get all of these before the price increase. So very, very lucky. I think the stock was a bit trickier before the price increase, but because with the COVID situation, I do find there were a little bit more kind of scheduled restocking online, which made it a bit easier for me to get all this. So I'll go through a list. I have a list of tips that I can share with you. #1 is, if you don't already know about the forum called the Purse Forum, you have to look that up, and I will link the link and the picture of it in my video. It is basically a platform where you can share your comments and questions and concerns, anything you want about luxury goods, especially for handbags. And on that website, there is a specific, of course, you know, you can talk about Hermes. There's different topics and categories and different designer brand that's being featured on the website, and Louis Vuitton obviously being one of them. And within the Louis Vuitton link, you will have the link which is called "What Are You Stocking Today?" So I will link that. I'll put a link and put a picture of that in my description as well. Basically, with that, you are you need an account, so you do have to sign up with an account. But once you have that and you follow that specific post, every day there will be people telling you what's available right at this moment. So if, you know, Speedy is available on the website, I have to say there are stocking posts for the EU version and as well as the North American version. So obviously I'm in Canada, so I've been following the North American version. So like I said, if there's anything coming available, someone will be posting that on that website. And if you either watch it constantly, or it does send you a email notification when you are when you set that post to watch. I'll also put some pictures explaining how that works. And usually with that, you will get people notifying you how what's available throughout the day. And I have to say, so that's my trick #1, is to go sign up on that forum and get yourself, start watching that post. Now, that post is not only to be notified of what's being in stock today. I find it most helpful, that's my tip #2, is you are able to do a search on that post, on the thread basically, and find out when the item that you want was last available. So that is how exactly I figured out the schedule that they're restocking. So some of the, common restocked items, it obviously comes and go. Like the Toiletry Pouch 26 has been available on the website for the past month, I think, at certain schedules. So I think it comes on again. So if this is the piece that you're looking for, you can check the website at 11:15 or 11:13. Just go a little bit earlier so you're safe. So Eastern daytime EDT, and 11:15, and then again recently I see them also restock at 12:15. Then it's at 2:45, and then at night is 8:15. I will also relist these times in my description below, so you can go back and refer to those timelines. So you can go check the website during those specific times, and often things like key pouches, toiletry pouches, the more common item, the 16 millimeter monogram strap, which is my next thing that I want to get, often will get restocked during those time. And even for things like the pochette, this one usually the more hotter item happens will appear just a little bit earlier. So normally I think the full restock happens at, for example, 8:15 at night. This might show up online around 8:13, 8:14. You really have to be there early and start refreshing, and you should be able to add this to your cart. So that's my tip number 2. I guess I'll just rephrase it that, using that form, you're able to do a search of the item that you want, and then you should be able to see when the item was last available, and you should start noticing a little bit of a pattern of how often and at what time those things get restocked. So make sure you check in during those times, and you don't really have to be refreshing the website all day. Of course you can do that, but it's almost harder to do it that way. It's better to be prepared and know that this is the time you really have to focus. So that would be my tip number 2. Tip number 3, once you have something in your cart, make sure you just leave them in your cart, and then for the next restocking time, make sure to refresh your cart, and that's when you can score the really hard items. And that's how I got my PA. It was in my cart. I wasn't able to process to checkout, but the next day when it come online, I checked out right away. The only disclaimer I will have on that is, if you do have multiple things in your cart, you won't be able to proceed unless you only have the ones that are available. So, be cautious and don't add too many things at the same time, because then you do have to spend time deleting something from your cart, and maybe during that time you already lost your chance of buying your item. So that would be something I would be more cautious. So that would be my tip number 3. So once you have something in your cart, make sure to leave it in your cart, and next time when it restock, just refresh the item in your cart. So tip number 4, personally, I have all these items in my, in my wish list. So once you're in your wish list, you can easily see whether something is available as opposed to going into each item page. I find it super helpful. I was able to add multiple things into my cart at the same time. It's like a shortcut. You don't once it's in your wish list, it's a lot easier to track. You can just keep refreshing your wish list during those restock time, and you should be able to see. It's also interesting, I even add things that I'm not going to buy in there, just to give me an indication when restocking is happening. So this one, like I said, because the Toiletry Pouch comes online pretty much every restocking session these days. So once I see this is on, this is ready to be out of bag, I know other things will probably follow shortly, so it gets me prepared. So that's my tip number 4 now, I think, to have things in your wish list. Tip number 5. Now I think this one I also think is quite useful, but if you've already purchased item in the Louis Vuitton website, you should know this. But before every restocking time, so for example, if I'm getting ready for the 8:15 restocking time at night, I will make sure I am logged on to my account. And not only that, you should make sure that you're either using PayPal or using your credit card information. I think the credit card information you're not able to save into account information, but your address, your phone, and all that information, make sure it's saved properly and log in before the restock happen. Because once you add it to your card, when you're ready to proceed to checkout, if you haven't signed on, the next page is going to ask you to log in. So if you're already logged in, you can skip that, and then you can proceed further that way. So that's my tip number 5. Tip number 6, obviously, to use your PayPal account if you have one. Even better with the one-click checkout. I think I bought all these items under the one-click checkout with PayPal, and I would say most of them were gone right after I've made my purchase, because they were done all pre the price increase recently. I didn't know about it until I think before I purchased these two items. That's when I find out there is a possible increase, and I find the stock was even harder to get. This one I literally purchased the day before the price increase. I mean, it's not a huge increase on this one, but still, I was really happy I was able to score it before anything. And this is in such a great condition. I am so happy with it. So make sure you are logged in before you start your stocking session. So, I mean, now I can tell you, I don't know how long that took, but I will list the tips below as well. And of course, if you have any questions or if I didn't cover anything clearly, please leave a comment so I can reply to your comment more clearly. I'll go through how, like, when and how I've acquired all these items and what in sequence. So initially when, I started looking into these items, I was interested, but every time I look online, their, call for availability is very annoying. I had no idea where to start, and I just didn't know what was happening. So I started looking on the website about how do people get this item, and I think that's when I landed on the What Are You Stocking Today forum. And even though I was on that forum, it wasn't super clear to me how it really worked, because it's not constantly people posting things because they don't have stock constantly throughout the day. But once I posted something, I think I said I'm watching, like, I can't remember now, like, I think at the time I was looking for the Speedy or something. Once you post something, then you start to get notification on your email about, when things are happening. And that's when I noticed, oh, there is like a routine, and all of a sudden there's like, you'll have a span of 20 minutes and you'll get like 10 different emails, people telling you what to get. So that's when I realized there is a pattern. But before I started my stocking effort, the first one that I got was a Noe, and that's when my friend actually told me that she was able to score a Speedy online. I think she scored around 11:15 restocking time, and after she told me, I think around 11:20, I was excited. I went online. Obviously, the Speedy is long gone, but I noticed this Noe was still available. So I'm like, okay, I really like the Noe too. I think the design is super cute, and I want to have it in my collection. So I just made the purchase. And after that, I was still thinking about the Speedy, and I was still thinking about all the other cute items. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll try stocking. I started looking around, didn't have any luck with this guy because it was just impossible. And then one day, I went online, I think it was for Mother's Day, and they sent me an email saying, you should buy a Mother's Day gift. I happened to be online around 2:45 exact, and the Speedy was available. I thought I was dreaming or there was some kind of glitch on the website, but I proceed with a purchase so quickly, and I thought the whole thing happened like a dream because, it was just luck. I was on there, it was available, I just bought it like that, with no stocking, no information whatsoever, and it went through, like the order went through, and I was like, okay, that's amazing. But then after that thrill, I think I got a little more addicted and started looking into how to track things down and things like that, because after that I really wanted the pochette. It's very nice to get. The price point is amazing. At the time it was only 700 Canadian dollar, so now it went up by like 125, like $120 just like that. So I didn't know about the price increase at the time, but this one was really, really hard to get. Even though I followed the restocking time, I went through it during a day, it didn't work until one day, I think it was at 8:15 restocking time, I was able to add it to my cart, and I wasn't able to check out until the next day. I think it was also a weird time. I think it was like 4:45 or 5 o'clock. They tend to do either 15 after or around 45. So I don't know. That's just me noticing what their pattern is. So I was able to get this one next. And then after that, I think I got the Pochette, the Toiletry 26. This one was actually quite easy. It was online quite often, but it is still at a really nice price point. It did went up for a good $70 or $80, I think, after the increase, and but I think it's a very nice piece to have. It was very well priced at the time. It was $5.25. I got this one, and actually I spent a good 2 weeks tracking this baby down. you know, they were just not available. Like you see other things coming on. I even saw Nano Speedy quite a few times and No Way quite a few times, but for some reason this key pouch was just never available. And finally they started restocking them again, like just before the price increase, and I was able to get this one. Another thing I've noticed is actually very interesting. They always, like if it's a one item that has the Damier Azur and Damier Ebene and the monogram canvas pattern, they tend to go with Damier Azur first and then the Damier Ebene and then the monogram, kind of as a sequence for restocking. So for the key pouch, for example, the Azur came on first for a couple days, followed by the Damier Ebene, and then finally the monogram. Once they are all available, you will see them being available for a good week or so, and then the stock might deplete, and then you see them a bit less. But I think this one you might still be able to get. I haven't seen it for a couple of days, but I think it's still around if you are trying to order from the website. Same thing with the Pochette. I am still debating whether I need another Pochette in the Damier Azur, but that one came on first and then slowly followed by the monogram canvas. So that is another thing I've noticed. Obviously, I mean, if you already have an SA or a CA, contact them. You never know. I've seen people saying they're successfully able to order the Nano Speedy over through the CA and things like that. So do try to contact them. The boutiques are opening again, so contact your SA if you have one. But here, these are my kind of experience and tricks that I've used. I will again list them out down below, but if you do have any questions, I did this video so quickly, I didn't really prepare a whole lot for it. So if anything wasn't clear, please leave me a comment and I'll be more than happy to help you out. And I wish all of you getting the dream bag that you want, or item, or whatever it is from the Louis Vuitton website in the near future. And please let me know if you do. Please let me know if this video was helpful for you. So that's all for today. Thanks again for watching. If you've been around or you've been watching my video, you will notice that I have been trying to post every Wednesday and Sunday. So please come back on Sunday and I will likely do my first impression video of the key pouch and my Toiletry 26. Thanks again for watching. I will talk to you soon. Bye.